Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode. Last episode we made friends and helped the Kamisato family and decided after helping some random people for them that we were going to help end the Vision Hunt decree. And now we're going to one of their contacts who's kind of helping smuggle out people so they don't get their visions stolen away. Alright, so we met our contact at the fireworks station who was helping an individual, essentially gave him a fake vision he could give to the police so he could take his real one and then fuck off somewhere else. But now we're going to the police station to break out the dude who is actually crafting these fake visions for us. I guess for the resistance. There is the resistance. I'm not exactly sure if they're linked to this. I kind of forget how the lore stands there, but I'm pretty sure they're tangentially related. But we're going to the police station right now, or find a way to break in so we can get this guy out, and then, I don't know, I guess take him to safety somewhere. So let's see where we can get in. Oh, looks like around the back. Yep. Alright, looks like we're going in this trap door. Secret passageway. Let's do it. Alright, we've split up to look for this guy. I guess this prison's actually pretty deep, even though it looks like a freaking shack up top. Oh boy. I guess the whole being stealthy thing isn't gonna work. I wonder where they could be holding an important prisoner. Also, this is all underneath that tiny little shack that was upstairs. All this? Are you for real? The place needed to be like 15 times bigger if this is actually underneath it. Going up. Boing, boing, boing.
Who goes there?
Nobody. Just run past all the traps.
Maybe there's some special trick to it.
I think we'd slide them. Yeah.
These guys seem a lot tougher than usual. Paimon wonders if that armor over there has anything to do with the source of their strength.
Oh, that's right, there's a mechanic where you can turn off these armors that depower the bad guys near them. Or you can just be overpowered and kill them. Damn, a lot of guys down here.
Soldiers! As you
Oh. Where'd he go?
Don't hold back.
He's in the wall. Come out of the wall, you. No wall hacking. You know, now I'm in the wall. Oh, there we go. We're not in the wall now. Ow. Bitch.
I dare you. Train harder.
I'll be taking your treasure. That is a full-scale prison riot. What's up here? I think it's probably just a chest or something. Oh, no. This looks like... Oh, yeah. Yeah, a chest.
Doesn't that Magatama shape look pretty similar to the grooves on the door over there?
Oh. Yeah, screw it. I don't think that's the way you intended to be able to do it, but we just jumped right past it because, you know, speedrunning. Damn, how many of these people
Brace
you
yourself.
guys got down here? Oh, you can break the like folding doors.
Don't go to the wind.
Eyes on me. Clouds high. Allow birds come.
Train harder.
This is a pretty cool interior. They don't really use this style that much. Also, there's a lot of cobwebs here for this to be a prison that's actually in use. a lot of cobwebs. Are you supposed to be able to push him down the hole? Is that the point? Oh, come on. Wait, also, why are there windows here? We're underneath the place. I guess the idea is that this is in the side of the mountain, but that doesn't make any sense. I think we have all three of the things now, so I need to open this door. Excuse me?
Wind strider.
Oz, repeat.
Open sesame. I think we can slide these walls. I feel like there's a treasure chest back here. Give me treasure. Oh. What's going on here?
Shh, quick, hide. That must be.
Did you really think that little trick?
Oh no, those ten. If we don't come up with a way to break him out fast, then. I can't bear to.
Hey, you there! What are you?
Oh, who's this?
Ma'am.
We were just teaching him a little lesson, that's all.
That's Kujo Sara, adopted daughter of the Kujo clan of the Tenryo Commission. She's also a general in the Shogun's army. What's she doing here?
Like Gazo
Make way.
mentioned her.
Let me have a look at him. I'm sure you're well aware that torch.
Yes.
If you are unashamed of such disgraceful action.
Yes, ma'am.
Hey, this is our chance. Yoimiya, are you...
Who is that?
Uh.
Quick, go and
Yes, ma'am.
They're coming! Quick, hide! Sorry. I didn't mean... Don't worry, I've got us covered.
Huh? Was that an explosion?
It sounded like fireworks.
Quick, let's hurry.
Explosion. I think that Kujo person's still there, though.
Fireworks were enough to distract them. Fireworks aren't just for festivals, you know.
Good work, the
I was
idea.
particularly proud of...
She's like, I brought more than one.
Yoimiya. Well, fireworks are my craft after all. Every batch has... The coast is clear.
Let's go bust our guy out. Hey, Paulie, we're here to save you. Is there a chest hidden back here? I don't see that. I don't think that general left, though. I think she's probably still hanging around.
Master Masakatsu, come on! We've got...
Uh-oh. Why do I hear boss music?
Oh.
Oh.
Yes. He's in serious condition, but remember, once he's recovered.
Well...
Okay, well, she seems to be honorable, or nice, or she's a secret agent. She's a double agent. Alright, we're out. We've done our prison escape. We got him out of the rock. Well, we got him out, and now we're gonna go tell Ayaka what we did. But again, that huge ass area we were in is underneath this. This shack. Come on, game. You couldn't have made it a slightly bigger building or something. Just a little bit bigger to make it a little bit more believable. It's like those things in sometimes in like apocalyptic media or whatever you have like a shack on the surface and then like a 20-story skyscraper basically in an underground bunker. Alright, let's go. Let's go tell Ayaka of our escapades in breaking my man out of prison.
So Kuj.
Well, we had dinner together basically. So let's get out of here. Nope.
Where do we go from here? What's the plan?
Yeah, that's a good question, Paimon.
Traveler, Paimon, hold on.
Oh, Ayaka, what's up?
Huh? Ayaka?
Something has come up, but you ought not be nervous.
Individual request?
Correct. This may seem a little sudden. A few days ago, she wrote about
Probably your mom's best buddy.
never. So,
Uh-huh.
according to the...
Kinda thinks it sounds
Uh-huh.
like...
That's what I thought.
Mhm,
So what do
mhm.
you want? Do you need us to...
No. Please keep The proper course of action would be exactly.
You can count on us.
Wonderful.
Oh, we don't mind.
Thank you kindly.
Alright, sounds...
Oh, okay. Yeah, so this is the weird interlude in the story where we have to go and do two characters' story quests just while like random stuff is happening in the background, like kind of just to kill time. It's a little weird. I don't think they try this again at any other point, but and like the characters are relevant to the story. Like we have to do Ayaka's and Yoimiya's, but like we kind of already did our breakout with Yoimiya, so like it kind of would have made more sense to have to do her story before the breakout. I don't know, maybe while they were planning it or something. And like we've already been with Ayaka for a while, so yeah, we can learn more about her in the story, but I don't know, it seems like this would have been better to do during the beginning of the story. Alrighty, so we have those two stories to do, but those are kind of their own episodes kind of thing. So I think for the rest of this episode, we're going to mainly be doing some of the stuff that I generally do on stream, which is kind of more just the exploration content and just hanging out. We still have to finish leveling up the Geo Monument, so we still have some of these Geo Oculus to get, so I figured we'd get a couple of these and just walk around and talk about like what banners I plan on rolling and like upcoming characters and how Sumeru is going and everything. So I'm probably going to do a full video once I actually finish all the stuff on Sumeru. Which, by the way, if you want to come watch us live over at twitch.tv/GaggleDan, we go live most days, actually basically every day at this point, except for sometimes a Monday if I need time to work on the Tuesday video. We're live about 4 p.m. Eastern, and we generally go for 3-4 hours, something like that, normally. So, if you feel like coming over and hanging out, we'll be over there on most days. So feel free to come over and hang out. Let's see, what else have I been up to in game, off screen. Oh, I've been doing some fishing. I'm trying to get, there's a pole arm you can get in game for fishing that's really good for one of the characters we're going to be using in the end game. So most of you probably play the game know about that, but if you don't, there's a vendor over here in Inazuma about here. It's like a fishing vendor, and for you know, fish, she gives you a pole arm that has really good stats on it for Zhangling, who is one of the better, if not the best, free-to-play like carry unit. So that going on. It's a bit of a pain to do, but it's so worth it. I've done it on 2 other accounts now, but it's like getting a free 5-star weapon since you can max refine it and everything. It's super nice. Also really good. It's really good on Raiden and like basically just a whole bunch of characters. It's basically just a it just supercharges your elemental burst, basically. Just gives it a damage bonus and a crit chance bonus. It's got energy recharge substat. Not too shabby. But yeah, so like I said, I'm going to be doing a full review of Sumeru once I actually finish all this stuff on my main account. So, and also I'm not going to spoil it. Also, we're going to be playing through it on this account, so, you know, no pressure. Oh. What's this? But, yeah, just in general, it's going, I think Sumeru was pretty good. They definitely learned from some of the pacing issues that the Inazuma story had, and honestly some of the kind of weird, like, just running around doing random stuff. It feels like everything that you do in that story actually has a purpose. Where's this guy we're supposed to talk to? Is he up here? Is it you? Yeah, sure, I'll get you some flowers. But yeah, they learned some from some of the pacing issues and the secondary story that's going on, like it's essentially, it all loops together kind of thing, which is really nice. Instead of being a whole bunch of like little small stories, it all kind of loops together and feels a little bit better. That way, I'll point it out a bit more whenever we actually get there. I figure we still got another 10-ish, maybe a little less, but probably another 10 episodes until we get to Sumeru, so. Okay, yeah, so now we can actually travel back and forth. I think the G Oculus is on top. Yeah, it's up here. But yeah, Sumeru's been really awesome, really fun. The new Dendro element's pretty fun to play around with. And we probably will actually be using a Dendro character here on this account for one of our Abyss teams. Since Dendro's a really good option for taser teams to go into, to turn into a Hyper Bloom team for better single target focus for certain Abysses. So we probably will be doing Dendro. If you have any interest in some Dendro teams, though, on Team Comp Tuesday, the series that I do, where we showcase a different team every Tuesday, just sometimes random ones, sometimes meta ones, sometimes theoretical ones, with the random fun stuff, basically. I believe this week's was a Dendro team, and I'm not sure if next week's might be as well, or at the very least there will be other Dendro teams on there as time goes on. If you have any interest in that, or any interest in like team comps in general, or if you have any suggestions for any comps you'd like to see, feel free to leave a comment. I don't have every character, but I can try to see what I can do. If it's not a character I have, maybe I can figure out a way to create a budget version of them that still works. But speaking of characters, let's talk about what characters we're looking for on this account. So we have, currently we just have Kazuha as our 4-star, and we have some of the other good 4-stars. We're still missing Jingcho and Sucrose, mainly, but we have most of the other good 4-star units. So it's really kind of just 5 stars at this point, but you can't really roll for 4 stars since they're like super RNG. Even when they have increased luck, you might still go forever without getting one, so generally not try to roll for a 4-star. We just try to pray that they come home. Jingcho is in the shop this month, actually, so I might try to pick him up. Where is it? I think it's for, yeah, for these things here. I still need a ton of these, though, which means I do a ton of rolls, which I probably won't be able to, so probably won't be getting this, but if we do end up rolling on a banner before the end of the month, maybe we get enough to pick him up. Generally not really worth picking up characters from that, unless it's a character you like, unless it's one of the better characters, because that currency can be quite valuable. But Jingcho and Bennett especially, definitely worth picking up as they rotate in that shop. But anyway, back to what I was mentioning. So I've been sitting down and having a little think about what banners we actually want to go for going forward on this account. So my original assumption kind of was that I was maybe going to roll on a new Dendro character that came out, or one of the new Sumeru characters, but I'm not actually sure at this point, because the thing is Dendro Traveler is actually a pretty good Dendro applier, so I'm not sure I actually need to roll for a better Dendro applier. I think I might just be able to use the Dendro Traveler.
Brings a smile to my face.
So because of that, we kind of don't have to worry about spending our primos on a better Dendro unit. We can just worry about what else we would want. So I think besides, I'm left with kind of like two options basically here. I can either go for a cryo unit to let us play a freeze team on one side of the abyss, or I can go for a second hydro unit. I think at the moment I'm kind of leading second hydro. Well, assuming we eventually somehow get Zhengzhou, but you know, 4-star can't really, no real way to guarantee him. But I'm thinking possibly second hydro, since our two best teams we can really realistically play is something like a Zhangling team and something like a Taser team or a freeze team. So either way, we need two hydros. But yeah, I think, I know Kokomi's coming up. She's kind of not the second hydro I want to go for. Maybe if her banner has Sucrose and Jingzhou on it, I might roll on her anyway. Like, we don't really have enough primos to guarantee her, so it's not like we're probably going to get her anyway. But if we get Jingzhou and Sucrose, that would be good at least. If they're on her banner. I don't think they are, though, because we know Dory's on her banner, which is the new 4-star, which I'm not really interested in. She doesn't seem that insane. I don't know, most of the new 4-stars tend to be, I don't want to say meh. Meh isn't the right word, but like, the OG 4-stars are kind of so powerful because obviously, like, MiHoYo didn't exactly know how much we were going to abuse all the reaction systems and how all these synergies and everything like that. But now that they do kind of know how players build like that, the 4-stars have generally been a little lacking in one way or another compared to a lot of the OG 4-stars. But yeah, I'd like to pick up Child or Ayato, ideally, as my second hydro. I was thinking possibly about the new chick, Neela, Miho, whatever, who they teased. I was possibly thinking about her, but looking at like what she does, she's basically only playable in like Bloom-centered teams, and I don't want to be pigeonholed into Bloom, especially because spoilers, or not spoilers, but you know, I do look at leaks to decide what characters I want to get beforehand. Like, you kind of have to, honestly, if you're not willing to swipe tons of money. You kind of got to know what characters are coming up and what they do. But right now, she has a passive that makes it so you have to play only Hydro and Dendro characters in her team. So I think because of that, I probably don't want her. Not only is she an on-field unit, which is like arguably less valuable than some off-field units, but she's an on-field unit who's more or less pigeonholed into playing Bloom specifically, not even just all Dendro reactions, but Bloom specifically. She's got a passive that like basically makes Bloom better, makes the cores blow up quicker, and do AoE damage, or bigger AoE radius, which is really good. And like, she'll definitely be really good in Bloom teams, but Hydro is kind of good because the units are generally very versatile, and I don't think I want to roll a unit who's only good in a Bloom team. Although, there's an argument to me that that Child is really only good in a Zhangling team, but like, the thing is Zhangling teams are the best teams in the game, so only being good there because he lets us take Jingzhou onto another team is not really a downside. So If they change that passive, or if they make it so, you know, you can run more, or maybe if they make her so she has some off-field application a little bit, maybe we'd consider rolling her. I don't know. We're gonna keep an eye on her, but there's a decent chance we're basically waiting for either Ayato or Child to make a rerun, so we can roll for one of them. And then using those as our driver for one of our teams, and then using Sucrose Taser for the other side of the Abyss. Since that is like, I don't say that goal of the series, but me being a person who I like this kind of content, the Abyss, which is like the endgame content, the only endgame content we basically have. I really like pushing the teams to the limits and stuff like that, so yeah, I enjoy it, so that's what I will be looking to do. The other option I was thinking about is we could roll for one of the cryo carries. We know Ganyu's coming back soon, and Ganyu is a very powerful unit. I personally would rather have Ayaka, so I think I'm probably waiting for Ayaka. I just prefer her playstyle more. But either one of them are like top tier cryo carries, and cryo is one of the best team comps in the game. But there is a problem, which is that cryo teams are really bad if the enemy can't be frozen. So I don't want to roll one of them and then end up with an Abyss where we don't have the option to not play a freeze team on one side because they put like a boss or something or an unfreezable enemy on both sides. I think I'm just going to stay on this side of the river for now. Yeah, so I don't think that's what I'm going to do. The other option is maybe to roll for the Dendro Archon, just because she's an Archon and having Archons is good. The Archons are generally pretty valuable. But there is the slight problem, of course, that she is Dendro. Or not Dendro. That's not really a problem. Dendro isn't bad, but it doesn't solve our non-Hydro side, so it means we have to use, like... We have to go reverse smelt jangling instead of running her in a normal vaporized setup, which is a little bit worse, and I think in the long term, like, I'm better off picking up second Hydro. So that's kind of where we stand at the minute. I for a little bit was toying with the idea of picking up Sino, who's a new Electro carry. Looks like an Electro like aggravate hyper carry, which is like the Dendro and Electro reaction. But I don't think we necessarily would have all the characters and the like ability to really facilitate him. And I don't know, I got a little bit burned from Eula on my ult account, where it's like, yeah, she's good and I don't mind using her, but like she just feels worse than playing Sucrose Taser. And like I don't want to roll Sino, roll a 5-star, invest an absolute ton into him, and realize, oh, I don't really have the gear to be able to pull this off because I'm not on my main account, who has much better artifacts and like high constellations on the 4-stars to support better. So he just ends up being worse than like a random team of C0 4-stars I can slap together. So I don't know. I think if I end up really liking him, I might pick him up, but I think that also is a little bit unlikely. So yeah, this is how it be.
Follow the wind.
This is not the way you're supposed to do this puzzle, but I don't care. This is how I'm doing this puzzle.
Brings a smile to my...
The other option is like Deja will be coming out at some point, and she could be a Burgeon or like a Burning carry, but I'm a little sketched on how well those reactions are going to actually work, as they're a little loose. Like Burgeon actually hurts you, the player, and I'm a little worried that that's another problem where like even if they are good, the fact is that Burgeon still requires me to have a second Hydro, so I still just need second Hydro. So is more and more looking like a second Hydro is the way to go. I'd like to pick up Ayato if possible. I know Child is actually a little bit better, but I don't have Ayato on any of my accounts, so I kind of want to pick up Ayato just to have him as something different than my main and my other alt. So I hope he gets a rerun soon, but he was reran relatively recently, so I doubt that. The other option is Yelan, but Yelan is like really recent, so I doubt they're gonna rerun her. And she's kind of like, she's really good, but she's more of a, you roll her to use with Xingqiu in a team and not necessarily as a solo Hydro for another team kind of thing. But you totally could use her there, so yep. I don't know, Kokomi is actually unironically really good, especially for an account with a low amount of characters, because she can be our freeze enabler and she can drive Taser while letting us play a healer while driving Taser. Or not driving, but she, you know, even if she's not on field, like her thing heals us, so it gives us a healer on our Taser team while giving us second Hydra. I just like, I don't know, I just don't really like her because I'm more of a, I like hyper carries. I like carries. I like units that deal a lot of damage. Especially for 5 stars, like a character I'm rolling specifically because I want to play and build around them. I kind of want to roll a 5-star just to chuck in the side of a team, low invest into, give a 3-star weapon to because that's the best weapon, and then just like have her exist. Even though like technically she probably is realistically what we should go for, not knowing when any of the other Hydros are going to get a rerun.
Time to go.
But yeah, that's just a little bit of an update on what's going on. We almost have all these Geoculi picked up, which I cannot wait to have done. This is another thing to have marked off the list because we still have all of the ones in Inazuma to grab, and we have tons of side quests to do. And yeah, we got plenty of episodes to go, but I think I probably will be trying to push towards Sumeru, so I think we probably will mainly just be focusing on main story quest for the next bit. Not really doing much side content or much event, much looking at a lot of the events. But definitely as we get this account more caught up to current content, we will be going back and doing some of those old character stories and doing coverage of some of the events and stuff like that as they come up.
You'll get frostbite.
Everybody stand!
One with nature.
My royal
Time to finish.
One with wind and cloud. Time to go.
I hate these guys. These guys are awful.
to ashes! Let's light it up!
But I think that's basically all I wanted to cover. Next episode is going to be, I don't know if we're going to do Ayaka's or Yoimiya's first. We might do, where is it? Ah, here we go. Ayaka's and Yoimiya's. I think we might do Yoimiya's first since we just met her in the story, so I think it might be fun to do her story next, but that'll be in the next episode. I want to thank you for watching. I appreciate you coming out and hanging out. I know the back half of this episode was a little weird, just kind of hanging out and talking. That's just how it goes. I didn't want to do like a 50-minute episode going through one of the stories, and I also didn't want to do an 8-minute episode with only the end of the first act of Inazuma. But I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you have a great day.